Miss, you forget your phone. The deep voice startled the girl, who was lost in her own thoughts. She turned her head to find a masked man standing there. Her gaze immediately fell to the outstretched hand holding her phone. Her eyes widened slightly. Oh, thank you. Her voice was soft. She smiled politely, and Jungkook nodded his head before walking to a chair a little distance away from her. It's been a week since Jungkook had started visiting the cafe, and he couldn't help but notice her daily routine. He came, ordered her coffee, buried herself in her writing for hours before going back. He sat there, pretending to scroll through his phone, but his attention was locked onto the girl across the coffee shop. The mask he wore concealed his expression, but his eyes bored into her as if he was trying to dig the secret hidden beneath her silent exterior. As the minute turned into hours, he continued to watch as she was focused on the work without caring the world around her. Jungkook wanted to talk to her but was thinking she might not really be comfortable. The small bubble she created around her, it's like she just wanted to be alone. He heard a frustrated sigh and looked up at her as she was lost in her thoughts, her brow furrowed in concentration. Her fingers absently tapped on the edge of her coffee table as he stared at the screen of her laptop. He was wondering what was going through her mind. He rose from his seat, making up his mind, but before he could approach her, she collected her things and stood up to now leaving. Jungkook watched as she went outside and stood there checking her phone, and few minutes later a car came and she sat inside before the car disappeared from his eyes. Better luck next time, he murmured to himself, and may leave the place too. The next few days Jungkook was busy in his own work, but today he was the first one who came to the cafe first. Jungkook looked around trying to search for the girl that captured her attention, but she was nowhere to be seen. He then ordered coffee. When he heard the door open sound, he turned around, a small smile tugged on his lips when he saw the girl entering. As she placed her laptop on the table, and finally Jungkook approached her, clearing his throat. Hello there, can I share this table with you? She looked up from her table, her eyes meeting his, and a brief moment she smiled politely, nodding her head. Jungkook took the seat opposite hers. Here, this is for you. He extended the coffee he had ordered towards her, and Yoon was taken aback. For me? Yeah. Jungkook nodded and Yoon stared at the cup. It was usual coffee she ordered, and she was shocked. How does he know? You like this one, right? He asked as she nodded again. A small smile graced her lips as she takes the cup. How do you know? I'm just absorbent, that's all. Jungkook smiled, finally removing the mask he was wearing, and she was stunned for a moment. The man in front of her was captivating. His features were striking, and his presence was commanding yet gentle. I'm sure I'm not that ugly that you stare at me like that. Her cheeks flushed with a faint blush, and she chuckled softly. No, not at all. I'm just surprised. Yeah, I'm used to sit alone. Didn't expect anyone to come and start conversation with me. Jungkook smiled softly as she saw it was the most beautiful smile she has ever seen. I guess you should now have to used to it. You nodded, a smile playing on her lips as she didn't mind coming there tonight talking to someone. I wouldn't mind at all. So you wouldn't mind me asking what do you write? Yin shook her head. No, not at all. Are you interested in reading? Yeah, I was not before, but now I'm sure I am. Especially when it comes to reading your work. Yin cheeks flushed at the compliment. Thank you, but I have not actually published anything yet. Why not? Yin's expression turned sad as she hesitated for a moment before answering. There are some reasons. I'm not really confident that my work is worth reading or not. Don't sell yourself short. You never know until you try, and I have a feeling your work is worth sharing in the world. How can you say that you don't even know how I write? I told you I'm quite observant when it comes to something I'm genuinely interested in. And when I say your work has potential, it's not just a casual compliment. I can sense the passion and admiration in you, even if I have not read anything yet. She was staring at him with lost in words, and a non-warmth spreading in her. No one really have appreciated her, the main reason why she started to lose confidence in herself over the years. And yet here was the person whom she met a few minutes ago, appreciating her in a way that meaningful and unexpected. Thank you. Sometimes a few words of appreciation could have a huge impact on a person. It didn't matter who those words come from. They had the ability to touch a person's heart, to reignite their sense of self-worth. In weeks since they started to meet at the cafe, like Jungkook predicted she was not much talkative, yet he tried his best not to make her uncomfortable in any way. He opened up to her slowly and she started to share her thoughts too. I've not tried this yet, do you want to? I don't usually eat something from here. Then I guess you should take this bite first, he said, passing the plate towards her, and Yoon hesitated for a moment. She was not particularly fond of pineapples, but she didn't want to decline his offer. She took a small bite and instantly regretted it as the taste of the pineapple hit her taste buds. Jungkook noticed her reaction and chuckled softly. By the look on your face, I guess I shouldn't take chances. I just hate pineapple. Jungkook murmured oh and mentally noted it. It will be useful in future. Okay, that was awful, I have to say. Yun laughed as he spread the piece out with the napkin in the small dustbin. His face was still contorted in a weird way. The taste was still lingering on his tongue. Yun continued to laugh and Jungkook said it was the first time he heard her laugh. He wanted to do everything just to make her happy. I was wondering if you would like to go with me somewhere other than this, he said, indicating that the cafe. Yun thought for a moment. I'm not forcing you. It's entirely your choice if you want to go with me or not. Alright, I will go with you, but where are you planning to take me? It's a surprise. I promise you will enjoy it. He smiled and Yuna smiled back, feeling a little happy, looking forward to the time to spend with each other. You seem lost. Everything's okay? He finally asked when he kept stealing glances from her. She was looking out of the window. Yeah, why did you ask? Are you not happy you're going with me? No, it's not like that. I'm happy. Just a few things in my mind, but it's not related to going with you. Okay, you can talk to me if you want to. Thank you. His focus was back on the road as he dropped the car. Finally, they reached the destination. Here we are. He opened the car door for her and she smiled a little. The rest of the day, they went on many places, from visiting to museum and art galleries to libraries. He wanted to take her to the place she wanted to go, on some festive places where they will just talk and sing. The smile on her face, he guessed his choice was right. She was actually happy in those places rather than being in a fancy restaurant. It was not Jungkook interested in books or something, but just for seeing the small smile on her face, he can do anything for her. Come on, it's already late now, he said as he saw her immersed in the book. You said you like reading too? Then what's the hurry, mister? Did I really say that? I don't think so. I didn't when I did. But even when I did, I'm not really liking it right now. Why? Because your whole concentration is on book, not on me. Spare me some time too. You should focus on driving. I can do multitasking. You don't have to worry about that at least, he said, and Yun chuckled, closing the book as she placed it beside her seat. There, I close it now. Good, now tell me, did you enjoy the day? course I did. I never knew you would take me to those places. I can take you whenever you want, though. Really, are you that free? I can always make time for you. All you have to do is ask me. And Jagal, he's so smooth with his wording, and she liked with him. She forget everything around her. She forgot everything around him. Jungkook parked the car as they stepped out of it. But I heard Mafia are quite busy, but looking at you, it doesn't seem like it. She sat leaning against his car, his eyes locked with his, and Jungkook's expression shifted, his gaze narrowing as he looked at her. I never told you that I'm Mafia. Ian held his gaze, a small smile playing on her lips as she stood by his car. She liked the comfortable atmosphere they had created during the time together. It was a place where she could be herself, where she didn't have to put on a facade for anyone. How could I not recognize you? The first time I saw you without the mask, I had a feeling I do have seen you somewhere. And then my doubts were confirmed when I saw you with my dad in his office. I'm glad you already know that. He smiled as he gently kissed her hand, causing her to blush across her cheeks. It's time for me to leave, but I have an incredible time with you. Same here, I had a great time with you too. Why don't you publish them? I read a small paragraph and damn, it was good. I want to, but I can't. She played with a straw in her cup, her fingers tracing patterns on the surface. Why, do you need any help? Anything I can do for you? No, you know I can do it by myself too. She leaned down. She looked down for a while, taking a deep breath as she spoke again. Madame won't be happy. Why? Your sister do modeling. That's the problem. They want me to do something like modeling or engage in high-class activities that would bring me fame, but I am not interested in any of that. I don't want to be famous like that. And then you can tell them about your dreams. I did. That's why they told me how I'm a disgrace to the Mafia family and that I should follow my sister's steps. I don't want to be a puppet, which is why I told them about my dreams and that I will do what I want to. But they start to ignore my presence. That's not good. Anyways, I'm used to it. Jungkook was softened as he placed his hand on hers. You don't need to worry about anything from now on. I'll be here for you. He smiled softly as he made her feel special all the time whenever she's with him. I feel like nice to have someone by her side all the time. Yun felt out of the place standing in the crowded place. It was gathering yet it made her suffocating because she was obviously not used to this kind of parties. I say it's important for Eva, but why is she here? She didn't quite pinpoint for the reason. Her gaze fell on her father and sister who was seemingly engaged with conversation with some of their high-class guests. So she quietly slipped out of there. She knew she wouldn't be missed, and it better than standing there feeling like an outsider. She made her way through the elegant hallways of the grand house until she found herself in a quiet garden outside, away from the chatter and interventions of the party. Leaning against the stone pillar, Yun took a deep breath and closed her eyes. I'm surprised to see you here. Yun started at the sudden voice, but relaxed when she found Jungkook smiling at her softly. I'm surprised that I'm here too. He chuckled softly, causing the distance between them. He took her hand and brought it to lips, planting a kiss on her knuckles. You look stunning tonight, you know that, right? Thank you. You look handsome too. Only handsome? He teased, and Yun shrugged her shoulders, more gently, playing along with him. Let's go inside. It's cold here. You nodded her head as they made their way inside.